Carol, thank you very much. Now, for decades, the electricity pylons have towered over our countryside. They are functional, of course. Not necessarily the most beautiful things to have a look at when you're out on your country walk or you drive.
Yes, they've been built the same way for decades now, but that's about to change with the winner of a competition to design the pylon of the future, which is being unveiled today. Tim's had a brief look, as we did earlier on, about what the future will look like in our countryside. Tim, give us a sense of what they were like and what they're going to be like.
Well, yes, good morning to you all. To name an aesthetically pleasing structure, most people probably wouldn't say one of those, an electricity pylon, a very familiar sight and have been for many years, as you say. But there has been a competition running for the last 5 months to kind of design the pylon of the future. Now, we had a sneak preview about an hour ago. We'll have another look in a minute. But one wonders whether it really will be enough to make people fall in love with the electricity pylon.
An obtrusive blot on the landscape, or a striking, strangely beautiful reminder of our vast energy requirements. Whatever your view on pylons, there are 88,000 across the UK, and without them, the country would grind to a halt.
The design of an electric pylon has changed little since the 1920s when they were first constructed. Typically, they're around 50 metres high and, crucially, they have a steel lattice design. That means the wind can blow through them, and yet they're still strong enough to support the weight and the tension of electric cables.
But a redesign is imminent. A competition to come up with the next generation of pylons has attracted entrants from across the world. It's been organised by the Royal Institute of British Architects, the National Grid and the Department of Energy and Climate Change.
The idea was to try and take account of all of the developments that have gone on since the 1920s, when the pylon was last designed, and see whether we could produce something which actually was more attractive, less obtrusive in the landscape, easier to live with, easier on the eye.
Many wonder why electric cables can't be laid underground, out of sight. Well, sometimes they are, but it's around 10 times more expensive. And if there's a fault, repairs are more difficult. In fact, ease of access is one of the reasons the pylon has changed little over 80 years, even if health and safety has come on a bit, as I discovered.
Got a full body harness on.
It's Ian Robinson's job to ensure today's engineers can rectify problems as quickly as possible.
What are the key things you'll be looking for from this new design?
I want it to be mechanically sound. I want it to be electrically sound. It's got to be able to perform its job. I want it to last for another 60 to 80 years.
And you want to be able to climb up it easily, and that's what you do now. That's what makes this design such a successful one.
It is. It's a climbable, workable tower, yes.
Whilst many will always find pylons an eyesore, Flash Bristow is probably their biggest fan.
They're an elegant engineering solution. I suppose the existing pylons I appreciate because they're a lattice design. So when you look at the pylon, what you see a lot of it is actually the background coming through. So it doesn't stand out on the landscape nearly as much as it would if it was a solid shape, for example.
So the big question, what will the next generation of pylons look like?
And here is the answer. This is it, the winner, the T-pylon, designed by a team of Danish architects. And I'm delighted to say they're with me this morning. Congratulations, Eric and Rasmus.
Thank you.
So why did it win, do you think? What was it about it which won the judges over?
Well, it is the best, of course, we know that. But we're very, very happy that the jury also think it's the best one. Now, to be a little bit more honest, we've been working on this for quite a while. It is not easy to design a new power pylon.
And this is much smaller, isn't it, than the pylon we see behind you?
Exactly. It is much smaller. It's a compact pylon, and it's designed to the beautiful British landscapes, where you don't have much space for the alignment of the power pylons. It is just about 2/3 of the height of the existing one, and it's a much lighter structure to look at. It's more positive, more optimistic, and it's a slim and slender element in the landscape.
OK, Rasmus, do you think that the pylons in this country have been long overdue for a redesign?
Well, it's obviously a very efficient design, but it was conceived as far back as the 1920s. And in Denmark, they're referred to as these grumpy old men just carrying the heavy load of transmitting electricity. And now we have a new design with a more positive signal. It's an easy task to carry the green energy.
When do you think we'll see these pylons in the British countryside?
Hopefully during the next couple of years.
Okay, thanks very much indeed. Well, National Grid say they're now going to work with Eric and Rasmus to try and turn these into a reality, maybe 3 years or so until we actually see them. But yes, the future of pylons has taken a new twist today.
Tim, thank you very much.